In today's video I am going to do a little hike up onto the hills up there, not too far, not too hard, and then when I get there I'm going to pick a location, just watch what the light does in the lead up to sunset, and try and make the best image or images that I can from whatever that light does. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Okay, so over there, just there, is the end of El Castellet's Ridge, and that wraps all the way around and heads out into the distance, and then over, way over that way there, so I can't work out which one I'm supposed to be pointing, is the top of Puig Campana Mountain. And I'm heading up onto the hills over that way, which should give me some nice views out across that scene. Okay, I've finished the climb up, not too bad. It's a little bit steep in a couple of places, but not too bad at all. It is an hour and 25 minutes still until sunset, but if I spin you around that way and point you roughly in the direction of the sun, now if you can see anything at all, there's a big mountain sitting out there which is going to take the light away from anything on the foreground, probably in the next 45 minutes, maybe even less than that. There's some cloud over that way, quite high cloud, which could pick up some colour. Unfortunately, the most interesting scenes are out this way, where we got Castellet's Ridge, and if I move a little bit further down, I can probably just see peeking out from behind the tree there is one edge of Puig Campana, and then over that way is the Etana Mountains, which featured heavily in my last video when I was doing a lot of telephoto shots. There was a lovely thick bank of cloud sitting all the way across the top of those mountains. If you haven't watched that video yet, I'll stick a link to that up there now, worth having a look at. So I'm going to have a little look around and decide what's best. I mean, we've got some fruit trees here that are picking up a bit of light. They've lost the vibrant greens that were here last time I was here, which was immediately before lockdown, but we didn't get a lot of light that day. Today we're going to probably get light, but no clouds. So I'll have a little look around, see what I can find to shoot. I'll probably be looking at taking a shot in the next 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes, before that sun disappears off the foreground. Okay, I've got a shot here that I just sort of caught out the corner of my eye. There's a flat area sticking out which has got loads of fruit trees on. Now some of them have got quite green leaves, some of them are more yellowy, there's even some oranges in there. The sort of the grassy bit that's sort of growing up around it has got a golden glow. The sun's just out of frame on the right hand side of the scene, and then behind this flat area with the trees on, there's sort of the hills and then the more distant mountains and a little bit of cloud up above. So I'm shooting this at 70 mil on the 70 to 200. I'm focusing on the fruit trees, but I may do another one focused right on the background just to be on the safe side. I'm shooting at f11 and 1/80th of a second. Now what that does mean is the top right hand corner of the sky is blowing out, but I think I'm going to crop this 16:9 so that will disappear. But what I can always do is just do another exposure pulled down just in case I want to keep that top part of the sky in. Again, it's always worth working a scene if you've got the time. What I've got is a little cluster of the fruit trees. There's two close together and then one further back. They've got very, very dark trunks and branches which make a nice shape and a bit of greenery. And I've just gone for vertical composition. It's really difficult to see because I'm looking very much into the light. Not as isolated as I would like, but they actually look okay. So we've got the trees, there's more trees beyond that, the hills, the mountains and a bit of sky. Probably, I don't know, 180, 170, 180 mil. Still 1/60th of a second. It's always worth working the scene if you've got the time. But now I'm going to have a look and see what else I can find. It's an hour and 6 minutes until sunset. Probably 35-40 minutes before we lose any light on the foreground. Well, the sun has now dipped behind that mountain over there. We've lost light on all of the foreground and actually on most of the background. There's a little bit of light right on the top edge of Puig Campana, but nothing else. It's just gone completely flat. Okay, so I thought it was all over. I didn't think I was going to get anything else. I couldn't find a composition that I liked. And I must admit, I was kind of giving up and walking back. And I walked part way back and I come out onto another part of the trail. And I apologise, there's actually a little sort of farm down here and they've got some dogs and they're barking away. The shot that I've got set up is over here behind me. And what we've got is the very, very simple shape of Puig Campana mountain, and then in front of it there's kind of like some hills that roll around. There's light on Puig Campana because the sun's over behind me, so it's actually front lit, so the sun's hitting it dead on, and then there's a little bit of thin cloud up above. I'm shooting it at 70 mil with a 70 to 200 lens at f11 focused on Puig Campana, and that actually looks quite nice. It's very simple. The shape is just like a simple peak, but the light on it is looking pretty nice. So I've grabbed one shot and I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Leave my composition the same, just see what happens with the light on the mountain, with the clouds, and see if another shot's worthwhile, either because the light is better or because the clouds are better. Okay, so the light went off the mountain and the cloud moved out of position, so hopefully I got a shot while the light was good and while the cloud was in the right place. I was just about to do my wrap up when a whole mass of people on bikes turned up. Sounded like there was about 30 kids and a few adults. I don't know if there was, but in any case it got very, very noisy. So I decided to pack up and move away and do the wrap up now. Whatever's happened, I've enjoyed myself and I hope you've enjoyed coming along. If you have, please give it a like, share it on social media, leave me a comment of course down below, and don't forget about hitting subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video, bye.